So it's always this thing, I just get these wild ideas and then I don't think too much about it. I just start doing stuff, and then next thing you're 100% committed, and it doesn't matter how much energy and time it takes, you just do the thing that you thought you needed to do. And hence here we are with a VanSauna idea. Could be other things I could be doing in my life, but yeah, sometimes it gets me into trouble, sometimes not, because these wild ideas actually turn into some pretty big things occasionally. So yeah, this is just a little project to keep me motivated through the winter and have something to do. It's different, I haven't done it before, so yeah, now all my time and energy is invested in this, and hopefully we see it through. So obviously we want to make everything look pretty and have smooth edges, so this way out. So now we have smooth edges, and we'll sandpaper them, of course, and then I'm going to burn all this as well. But here's an example of what it looks like in that. Oh God. Looks more or less like this. You can't really tell, but see, having the edges smooth, it just gives it that like nice feel to it, you know, like more professional, smooth edges. Obviously I'm going to go over all of this with the sandpaper, but I like that smoothness much better than that, for example. So still got to do that one, but yeah, much better than like just straight edges, in my opinion, because you want to touch all this and lean against it, and yeah, so that's where we're at. Upwards, cut all these, put the insulation in, figure out how to put all these back on. Oh yeah. And this is what it looks like all together. It's going to be something like that, and that's stacked up there. But it just makes sense to use a router, because then all the joins are just going to look clean. Don't worry about that wonky one, it's not screwed in yet. But yeah, you get the point. Be nice. You gotta be nice. Alright, these fit. Huh, let's cut that one shorter. Anyway, more bits go in somehow. That's a shorty. All right. Oh. Don't worry, I'm going to insulate inside there and all behind it. Right now we're just cutting all our bits, make sure they all fit. And that the tops are straight, which they do look pretty good. Nice. All right, so the Bernie thing got an upgrade because we're doing more timber, and I want to burn the shit out of this stuff because I'm not going to lacquer it. I decided I want to not lacquer it and obviously put all this wood in the sauna, so that's my way of treating it.
packed up thinking it would be the end of the day, and we went out to a birthday gathering. Loads of fun. And then we came back and got inspired to continue. So here's the continuation of the night.
Wow. Alright, so we've just come home from a little bit of a birthday party bash. It's probably about 4 a.m. at the moment. And there's not a cloud in the sky. The stars are out in full force. It's amazing. Life is amazing. And we return to the project. Let's see where we were. Where were we? So this is where we dropped all the tools and went and decided to go and party and have some fun, because actually it's important. I could have stayed here all night, to be honest, and just kept chugging away, but then I thought, actually it's important. Go and connect, say hello, meet your neighbour, say hi to your friends. This can wait. So we did all that, and we're back about 4 a.m. and I feel inspired. So, pick one, anyone. Oh, this is where we left off. This is where we take off. So. Beautiful piece of wood. Let's burn it like the others here. Some of my masterpieces. Oh yes, very nice. Oh, that's all nice. Yes. Zoom doesn't give it much justice. But let's make a fresh one. Now, what I've realised with this is there's actually quite a lot of finesse in it, rather than just burn the shit out of it and sand it back. There's many different ways to apply heat, and how much heat, and yeah, having good flow, and yeah, there's actually, now that I'm refining my craft, there's a bit to it to get the desired burn. So I'm gonna hold this here and lock it in place, and I'm just gonna slowly go about my business here, and you will watch this develop into something rather cool. And I will play with my finesse. Wish I had 2 hands to be able to hold the board and move it around. For the purpose of this video, and for you, I'll do it with my knees. Yeah, there's actually quite a lot that goes into it. The speed at which you move, the lines that you decide to follow to get a nice, even, and beautiful burn. Otherwise you end up with big spotty patches. Yeah, let's play. You can see, I looked at the camera for a second, not the wood, and lost focus, and bloop. So hopefully we can fix that and blend her in, hey? Just wanna make sure the camera's good for you guys. Alright. At the end we use some sandpaper, and that will have everything. Yeah, there's a bit of an art to it. Chills, refining your craft. so fun and so interesting to watch. It goes in different ways. In different ways. Loads of fun. Loads of fun. And she's well and truly burned. We'll get some sandpaper onto her. Let's see. It looks like after sanding. Somewhat content with the amount of burnt off. We are going to put sand it on. Real sandpaper here. Oh, warm timber. Feels so good. A bit of the old elbow grease in there. Hey there. We'll see on the light in a minute. We'll walk over there and put the gear on. Again, of course, I'm doing all of this one-handed because I'm holding the bloody camera. So, I hope. Let's take this over to the light. Is that not freaking cool? Damn, that's cool. Let me give it a wipe. Give it a bit of a wipe. Obviously it's not sanded enough, but you're starting to get the idea. You can see there's a few strong points. I still need to sand a little bit more. So let's do that. Alright, let's sand that bit. Back to our sitting station. Was my head blocking the light the whole time? Playing with wood is literally the funnest thing ever. Check this out. I didn't really sand my spot enough, I don't think, but get you in the light, my friend. It's glowing. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. So keep it on. Yes, it's dark and low light, and it's not the best time to be trying to film to get a quality shot, but you get the idea. When they all look like that, it's going to be amazing. But yes, there's quite an art behind getting the perfect burn and the desired amount of sanding. So, let's sand this more spot. One spot of this. Sorry for the extremely long video, but so you can see the difference, how important it is to not leave the flame in one spot and burn it too deep, because it will show up later. Yeah, so I guess it's finding that balance between burning, sanding, feel, you know, finesse that shit. The camera does it little justice under this light. Do we have a better light? Let's see if we change that to white. What does it look like now? Anyway, to the naked eye and for touch, it is pretty amazeballs. Yum, 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 yummy. Alright, let's go put her with her friends. Oh yes, you look good there. Well, it'd be great to have some shots of that in the daylight when the camera can actually pick up everything a little bit better. Anyway, there you go, there's a little bit of the process. Hope you enjoyed that. And if you're thinking of having fun with wood, that is the process. So trippy. There's something happening between myself and the wood that I cannot explain in words, because the process of burning the wood, you're staring so deeply into every line, every crevice, following its formations, smelling its scent, and all of those things that go with it. It's actually truly an amazing experience. I highly recommend it. each one completely different. Mother Nature saying hello. Dissecting it, diving deep into its soul. Like this is a section of its DNA. I haven't sanded these ones. I've just burnt these ones. And I guess there's a big difference too from like, I guess longevity of how long these things, how long it will last, like, you know, how much heat gets into it, how long you burn it for. Because you can do like a really quick hot flame that just scores the surface to get the look. But, and then you can do like a slower burn. You hold the flame closer. And it takes a long time for it to start to color up. So it's getting like deeper heat and a deeper burn. So I think that's what you're kind of aiming for in terms of like, you know, trying to preserve the wood. Two things at play here. One is doing it for looks and the other is, you know, preservation. Yeah. Look at that. Should I do it again? Do you want me to do it again? Ah, alright, alright. Should we have a look at a few other ones? I haven't sanded any of these. These are just really good fun. So.
Cool, well the camera died. At least tomorrow will be a lot more interesting as we start to put all these pieces in. I'll see you over there.